Hey, we're here with Jason Bajada, The Sound Your Life Makes. Thanks so much for taking the time, man.
Thanks for having me.
Record's been out since September, and we've been listening to it a lot. I would imagine, though, that you've been playing it a lot. Are you on the road a ton with this?
Well, just starting, so it's not so bad yet. I haven't gotten sick of the songs.
Yeah. Last we spoke to you was in 2009 when Love Shit came out, and the record was so dark. And I remember thinking, man, this man has gone through some love lost and some scorn. But this record seems way more hopeful. Is that what the last 2 years have been about for you? Is way more hope and way more happiness?
Well, ups and downs, and I think that's the thing about this record is that the down numbers are actually more melancholy than the Love Shit numbers. Whereas the upbeat songs are way more upbeat, so
Yeah.
it sounds like it's a lot more festive, and I guess it actually is for half of it.
Right.
Then the other half is really actually super sad bastard.
But even some of the sad songs like How'd My Heart Get Caught isn't that sad. It's sort of hopeful.
Yeah.
I think a little more than just being sad, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I always try to have some sort of, light at the end of the tunnel in every song. Otherwise, then it'd just be depressing music.
Right.
I don't think I'm making depressing music
Right,
necessarily.
right.
I feel like I enjoy melancholy or sad songs but they make me feel good. They make me feel like, okay, I deserve that good cry, or I just connect with it on that level.
I don't think it's depressing. In fact, I think it's just raw emotion more than anything else, right?
Yeah.
Which is great. And then there's other songs like Afraid of Your Secrets and Paris Blues, which are a lot different from what we're used to from you because they have and what's great is that Afraid of Your Secrets kind of sets up Paris Blues because it's not a sound that we're used to from you and your music, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that came about just having my own little home studio set up now,
Right.
so I could just layer things one on top of the other before going into the actual studio. So I was having so much fun with just mellotrons and strings and that kind of like arrangements.
Right.
So yeah, I just wanted to go a bit more orchestral on a few songs. But that's what's cool about the record is that there's some like stripped down bare acoustic numbers, and then I went all out on other numbers, and it's just having fun in the studio as opposed to making a thematic record about one relationship gone bad like the previous one.
Yeah. Well, it's great because and at the heart of this, it is all about I think about love still, but it's different phases of love, and it's not just about love ending, right? Which is great. That's why I love Ankles so much. Is that it's this.
Yeah, it's actually not a sad song at all.
No.
Not at all.
It's a sexy song, I think.
It is kind of sexy.
Yeah. You're joined on the record by May and Anna and a few others of the ladies of the Canyon. How did that all come about? How did you get them on the record?
Well, we just developed a really nice kind of, I guess, mutual admiration for each other's music,
Right.
and they were living in Montreal at the time, so we just became friends, and I'd always go check out their shows, and they'd come to mine, and then when I was touring a bit, I actually took Maya and Anna on the road as my band, and it was just, I don't know, they were the I guess the musical friends I admired the most, and I invited them to play on the record, and they said yes.
I think the title of the record is so apt because it is The Sound Your Life Makes. I mean, it really does have that progression, almost like the record's a soundtrack for just going through life, right, and dealing with different relationships. Was that intentional, or did you write the song and then think that song was most apt for the title of the record, or how did you come to the conclusion that that's how you were going to title the record?
Yeah, I guess the title it was the title that kind of stood out the most in all the
Right.
songs. But yeah, I think, after going through something like a record like Love Shit, it was just time to kind of, for sure, to move on. I mean, I had Love Shit Volume 2 ready to go, but I just wanted to do something different. I understood a lot of things about myself, through, I guess, the time coming afterwards. And like just a song like Carlin, I mean, the way like stand-up comedy can change your life, and just when it's really honest and truthful. And it could be anything, but I mean, I figured that if, Andy Kaufman had his own song, I figured George Carlin deserved one too. And he just opened my eyes on like so many things, just watching like you know, spending nights watching his stand-up and learning about life, but in that really truthful, humorous way.
Yeah, and I guess the thing about him, too, much like your music, is that it's just raw emotion, right? It's just him in front of thousands of people or hundreds of people just spouting what he's...
It just has to do with the delivery, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. What's next? So you're going to tour this record a bit, and then are you always... Is the songwriting process constant for you, or do you kind of leave that behind when you're touring a record?
I've left it behind now for a few months. I haven't really written any songs I'm proud of recently, so I just I think I'm really kind of enjoying getting into these songs and learning how to perform them live.
Right. Cool. Well, thanks so much for taking the time. It's a great record.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for playing for us, and we'll see you real soon.
Thank you.